YouTube, what it do? What it do? It is your boy. I am back yet again with another video. The Real Talk 3.0. Here I be. As y'all know, I usually got guests on with me. So today we usually do our we usually start talking about different topics and stuff like that, different sports topics, different debate topics that you guys would talk about at your local barbershop. We doing it here on this show. But let me go ahead and invite the guys, or introduce the guys, I should say, on the panel with me. The same guys y'all seen before on the various Glow Sun production channels. We got up first, we got the CEO of the new For Your Ambition channel. We got my boy Relle. What's up, man?
Whoa, what it do? I'm happy to be here. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Appreciate to have you. And we got my boy Jay with the Jayhawk shirt on. He's a Texas Longhorn fan, by the way.
I can't.
Big 10. They're going to the Big 10.
Hey, listen. We can go wherever they'll take us.
Yeah. And last but not least, I got my kinfolk in the building. Got my boy Will. What's up, man?
Chilling, man. Just thoughts and prayers with Bobby Bowden. His health is failing, but we'll keep it pushing.
Yeah. Prayers go up, man.
What's up?
So today, guys, we're gonna have another debate topic as usual. In this video, we're gonna be talking Giannis. All right. So there's been a lot of talk. Y'all know how it goes, especially in today's climate. When you win a championship, oh my God, you're the best player in the world now. Yeah. You're the best player in the league. It's just shut up. That's it. So it happened with KD. It happened with Kawhi. LeBron got back to it. And now Giannis. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question, but before we get into where he places, I'm gonna read off Giannis's resume compared to another player's resume. Okay, and we'll have a debate. Okay, so Giannis is a 5-time All-Star. He is an NBA champion, a 5-time NBA All NBA player, 4-time All Defense. He was on All Rookie team. He was the MVP of the final of the All-Star game. He won Defensive Player of the Year. He's a Finals MVP. He won Most Improved, and he's a 2-time MVP. Nice resume. And he is 26 years old. It's a nice resume. Everybody like that resume? Sounds pretty good, huh? Pretty good.
You set us up.
All right. So this player here, I want y'all to listen to this, okay? Y'all heard everything I said about Giannis, right? He got an impressive resume, right? This person here, it's an 11-time All-Star, okay? 4-time scoring champ.
Oh, man.
2-time NBA champ. 9-time All-NBA. All-Rookie. He was on the All-Rookie team. 2-time All-Star MVP. 2 times Finals MVP. 1-time MVP. And he was Rookie of the Year. I want y'all to think about it for a second. Okay. I think Daryl knew who it is. So with this resume, whose resume sounded better in those two resumes?
I have a question before I answer.
Mm-hmm.
How old was this person when he accomplished all this stuff? Because now
like the last thing he accomplished is probably about be 4 years ago now, huh? What? Yeah, probably about 3-4 years ago.
So is he done? Like that was his last? Like he's done, or is he still?
That's the last thing he accomplished. Well, you know what? I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, that's not my question.
Is he done? No. He's still playing.
He's still playing. Okay.
He's still playing.
Who the hell is that?
So you want to know who it is?
Yeah.
Daryl, you know who it is?
I want to say Kevin Durant.
Bingo.
Now,
the reason why
30. How old is Kevin Durant? We're not.
He like
32.
32. Yeah, 31, 32.
So
and when did he win his first championship? I know he didn't do it at 26.
No, he didn't. Jay, I think you're getting a little ahead of me here, man.
No, I'm just saying, I'll just say this before I answer the question. I think it's easy to look at someone who has a more complete resume because they've been in the league for a longer period of time. Like Giannis can't be an 11-time All-Star. He ain't been in the league.
Well, that's gonna get to that. that's probably one of the few that he can probably have over Giannis because he's been in the league longer. If you look at the length, like we said before this video started, Giannis accomplished all this in a shorter period of time.
Yeah,
his resume is impressive. The reason why I bring this up because there's been a topic going on online. I know y'all probably seen ESPN and others bringing this up. Is Giannis better than KD?
Giannis say he wasn't better than KD.
But do you think he's better than KD?
No.
Okay.
He okay, I'll say
and why is he not better than KD?
Hard. It's hard.
I guess the question is
he can't
what?
shoot.
But if you're talking about like an overall player, like I feel like Kevin Durant's game, like one thing I worry about Giannis is durability at some point.
Yeah.
Because the way he plays is so downhill. Obviously, he's like a Mack truck, but we've seen him get hurt in the playoffs frequently. Like this isn't the first year he got hurt in the playoffs. He got hurt last year against Miami as well. So there are durability issues with him early that could potentially lead to kind of burn the candle at both ends and maybe not having as long of a career as he could because of that. But I think styles of play obviously are completely different. I just feel like it's not wrong to say that KD's a better player right now, but he's also like 6 years older than him. So it's like, if we're measuring trajectory, I think there's certainly a possibility for Giannis to surpass him. But I don't think winning one championship supplants him as, better than him or making Giannis a better player, the best player in the world. But I know that's the narrative. Every time you win, like you said, every time you win a championship, that means you're the best player in the world, except for that when he wins it. But I do feel like he's earned the right to be in the conversation, but I don't think he's better than Kevin Durant at this point of his career.
Okay.
I think if KD takes one half inch step back on that jumper, then they're not even in the play, not even in the finals. Yeah. So the game is that close, but I'm just saying I don't think he's there yet. But it's not blasphemous to ask that question, I don't think.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say some things. Not saying you're wrong. I'm gonna say some things, and I'm gonna see what you're gonna say after that. But first, I'm gonna get the other guy's opinion. Yeah. Who you think, cuz?
I gotta stick with KD. It's what he's done over the course of his career. He's had success being able to get to the finals. Even with that Oklahoma team, they just end up that Oklahoma team. They dealt with Dallas with a hot Dirk. They dealt with a LeBron and Miami once they finally put it together. Dealt with a rising Golden State team. So it was they went through it to even be able to face those teams and deal with them. And it sucked that he ended up going from a 3-1 lead, losing it, and then going to the team that he lost it to. Like that sucked. But also he won the MVP, the Finals MVP twice because he was the best player in the finals at that time. So for me, it still has to be KD. Because with a healthy KD, that half an inch step back, like it's a different story. So I would still go with KD as of just for right now. But let's say that Giannis put together another full season like this and put him and bring him right back to a Game 7 against Brooklyn, and they beat him again. All right. Okay, now we can start to say Giannis is better because there would be better, especially if they have if Brooklyn has Kyrie, a healthy Kyrie for that the second time around. Like I think then we will have to I think it'd be that time to say it's Giannis who's better. But as of just right now, I got to stick with KD.
Okay, who you got, Daryl?
I don't like this question, man.
Why not? Hey, this is what we're here for, sir. This is what we're here for.
I don't like it because I've been watching this man since Texas. Now I followed the body of work from Texas all the way up until now.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta stay with him. I can't give. I love Giannis. I do. Yeah. I feel like he is the future.
Yeah.
and he gonna be here for a while. I know, as Jay mentioned, the durability in the way he plays, the style of play could end up hindering him. But we could also see a shift in his style of play as he gets older. We know a downhill player that's still playing right now. You know, that kind of changed his way of playing and is prolonged his career, so to say.
But just had to add a Laker in there, didn't you?
You know what I'm saying?
It's only right. It's only right.
It's only fair, you know. I'm not gonna say who brought up the Mavs in this video. The person that talked in front of me did, you know. but I can't take that away from KD, bro. Like the body of work and the way that his style of play and is just. I can't take it away from him. I know I could talk about this for about 30 minutes, but to keep it short, I got to stick with KD on this one. I can't put Giannis in front of KD just yet. Can't do it.
Okay. So everybody here's got KD, hands down, shut up, stop talking, let's get on to the next.
I mean, it's a close one, but yeah, got to stick with KD on this one.
Okay, so now I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm just going to throw out some things that make you think a little bit, right? So when y'all said that, you know, Giannis and the injuries, right? Y'all said he has a style that could be, you know, he can get hurt and be out. Didn't KD get hurt twice and was out a full year on twice?
Out for the season? The second one was more of the rushing back to try to give his team a chance.
But he rushed back from an injury, though. Yeah. He was hurt.
I mean, I don't think it's about like never getting hurt.
No. I'm just saying we talking about the durability.
Yeah.
You know, KD. We can say the same thing about KD.
Later in his career, by the way, KD went 26 when he got hurt.
Okay, I got you. Now, another thing. When KD started winning, did he have a team that was like Giannis' team? Could you say that anybody that Chris Middleton was better than Russell Westbrook?
No.
Steph Curry? Klay Thompson?
He had James Harden too.
Oh, sorry, and James Harden. So is Chris Middleton better than any of those guys I just named off?
No.
I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying y'all wrong, just throwing it out there. This is why we're making a video. We're gonna debate. I'm just saying
because no,
I'm just saying I know you about to kill me because like, you talking about? Like, but listen, the reason why I'm saying this, I'm just trying to get it right. Just look at both sides here. If you look at Giannis and what he had to go through to win that championship, I understand like you saying, Jay, just one doesn't staple it, but it's kind of like when we talked about Dirk's championship. When you heard a lot of those people saying that Dirk won before Kawhi won or whatever, that the Mavericks won the last true championship. And why did they say that? Look what Dirk did to win that championship. He didn't have a super team. He didn't have another superstar. He played with a bunch of guys in their early to mid 30s to win the championship. So he was that guy that carried that team. So would you say that Giannis's championship was a little bit more than KD's championship? Because look what KD did to get those championships. You beat LeBron in 4-1 one year and then swept him the next year because you had a stacked team. Giannis had Chris Middleton, who was up and down the whole playoffs, and you had Drew Holiday, who was up and down the whole playoffs. So I'm just trying to say. Then on top of that, you played like Will said, you had a 3-1 lead on Golden State, and you lost it. So Giannis having a championship that he done it the classic way of the team I played for, I didn't have any help, compared to KD finally getting it with a team that won a championship before.
So I guess I missed what the question was. Was the question who had a better team, or was the question who's the better player?
Would you say that player being better would help elevate his team? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, let's say like, I know we could say this about him now because we know that he wasn't bad. But like, say for example, like Kevin Love playing for Minnesota, put the numbers up, but did he elevate his team though?
That's like Kevin Garnett when he was in Minnesota.
Ooh, hold on.
I'm just saying.
See, you trying to get me banned from the family, dog? My pop's gonna kill me.
I'm just saying.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying you're gonna get me in trouble now.
You know,
Daryl, get back in there, man. Get back in there. I need to see. Give me in trouble. Hey, man, I'm not. There you go, perfect example.
I get what you mean, though.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I guess skill, because I know that the NBA now is predicated on threes. Giannis ain't the best 3-point shooter in the world, but can we also say, like, for example, somebody he's compared to now is Shaq. Shaq didn't shoot threes, but yet you would say when he was in the league at the time was like a top 5 player. So at one point, yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I don't think it's necessarily the fact that he doesn't have to be able to shoot threes to be a better player.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so if I can see why people are saying that Giannis is better. I can see it. Now I can also see why people are dogging James Harden. I would throw that in there. Shots.
He just
I just want to throw shots at James Harden. I'm sorry. That's just a funny thing. It's like I've seen people like tagging James Harden after Giannis won, and it's crazy, bro. But yeah, so let me ask y'all this. So there was a list that came out, a bunch of lists. A lot of people, where do y'all have Giannis ranked now amongst the superstars in the league? I think I saw a lot of lists. People had him either 1 or 2 on a lot of the lists after he won the championship.
The top 5.
Top 5 for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to move anybody around because I think the top 5 are so close to each other. It's like, let's say that Luka had one additional player that was consistent. They could have been in the finals and be pushing Milwaukee. A healthy Lakers team, a healthy Utah. So I think it's really close. A healthy Brooklyn. So I think when it comes to like just your top 5 players and the good teams as well, like it's hard. It's hard to really move them around. Like, yeah, you can say Giannis is number 1 right now because they won the chip, and his closeout game was one of the greatest games that we've seen with the 50, 14, and 5. Like, it was amazing. But just to say that just because of the championship itself puts him at number 1, okay. But I said it's just top 5. Top 5 is top 5, and because they're just so close. Because each of the top 5 players can take over a series by themselves. So, and that's basically what he did for this one, was just take over the series. LeBron can do it. AD can do it when he's healthy. Luka can do it. Kawhi can do it. Like KD can do it. Like these 5 to 6 players can just take over a series and win it. So it's hard to say it's one player is the best one.
You know what?
When all of them can be able to do it, especially if they have that just one consistent healthy player. If any of them have one consistent healthy player, any of them can win a title out of the top 5.
You know what?
So I got a question though.
I'm gonna ask questions too, but go ahead.
Who is the top 5?
I know that's
y'all say 5? Because
my question is gonna lead to that, girl. I was gonna ask, like, my question is gonna lead to that because I was sitting there thinking that because Will got a point. Like we were just, I know we were joking about it at the beginning of the video. If y'all think about it, every year they change up who the best player is. I don't think that I guess I can ask y'all, do y'all think that there's a consistent, like, who do y'all have as the best player in the league? Has it changed to y'all? I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Who's the best player to y'all? Do y'all have a definitive best player?
To me, it's got to be between LeBron and KD.
Okay. Yeah. Who you got, Daryl?
Bron.
Okay. Who you got, Cuz?
I would say a healthy Bron.
Yeah. Okay. See, I say LeBron too, but the reason why I asked that because I remember, I can't remember who said this, but they had a good point. We don't have there's not a consistent, number 1 guy, best player in the league, because every year somebody wins a championship, they win. So it's like, when Will said what he said, I started thinking to myself, none of these guys are pulling off from each other. Like when Jordan was in the league, he was clearly the best player. Like you had a lot of good players, but bro, it's Jordan. Like there's no question. In LeBron's prime, it was LeBron. You had guys that were kind of in the conversation, but it was like, nah, it's LeBron. But now it's like every year it's somebody else. It could be Steph. It could be KD. It could be Harden. It could be, whoever. And it's like,
it can't be Harden.
Good point. But yeah, so like, you know what's funny though, Jay? I actually heard people say that when Harden was going off in Brooklyn, had that little run in Brooklyn, people were saying that he was the best player in the league. I swear to God. I ain't making this up.
The same dude that had on the fat suit.
Oh no, trust me. I trust me.
Yeah.
Preaching the choir with me. You know how I feel about it. But yeah, so it's just like, and I don't know, it's because of this era of, I guess, media, when you have all this access to the players and stuff, and it's 24/7 media coverage and stuff like that. Because we didn't hear about Jordan until you read the Sunday New on the paper. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like now you're criticizing and you're kind of analyzing every little thing that happens, and so your mind can change just like that. Like I said, now Giannis win the championship, because it's funny too, because I heard people saying before Giannis won this championship, a lot of people were saying like, oh, if Giannis wins, he's still the best player in the league. And then all of a sudden that changes the very next day. He's like, Giannis is winning. Oh, you know what? He's the best player in the league. It's like, y'all didn't say that a couple of days ago.
Because they saw him put that whole team on his back in his backpack and carry them to that game 6 one.
But like Will said, if you name those other players off, they can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It just one little thing kind of goes their way, they can do the same thing. You know, we've seen it before. So it's like, go ahead, Daryl.
No, I agree with you, but as far as like with back when the talent pool is a whole lot more broader now than it was when Jordan was dominating the league.
Yeah,
had a discussion about that earlier today.
Like the body of work has changed, and then the game has changed so much since then. Like all those players that, because I was literally sitting here as Will was firing them off. I'm like, okay, AD can do that, LeBron can do it, KD can do it, Luka can do it, Kawhi can take over. And it's like, if you named off 5 people, how is you know what I'm saying? Like, if Giannis is top 5, like we said, you just named off 5 people that could go off at any moment and take over when they're healthy. You know, so it's kind of hard to be like, who the best 5. I mean, if we was to go top 10, then that could be a little more wiggle room as far as top 10. But top 5 players in the league, that's a hard list to put together, because this league is so talented now that you can't. 1 minute LeBron is at the top of the list, and then you go ask somebody else, KD is at the top. You ask somebody else, AD to move up in the top 5, or who, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of hard to say that. You know, Kawhi is up there, because when Kawhi won his title, there was an argument that Kawhi was the best player in the world.
Exactly.
You know, he took that. It's kind of the same adage. He took that Toronto team, put it on his back, and they won a title.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, the narrative changes when you win that championship.
Yeah. Right. I agree.
Yeah, because I don't.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard. Like Daryl said, I think we got to stop saying top 5. You got to probably say top 10 now. Like I said, you need some elbow room, because, like Will said, any one of these guys, if something that like Jay said, Kevin Durant was a toenail away from going to the finals. You know what I'm saying? And so
indeed,
so it's just that one little bounce, that one player that just showed up that one game, or whatever the case is, man. And that player can be the best player, because, like you said, those guys, all those guys you named off, are putting up numbers, regardless of whoever doing whatever they're doing around them. It's just that, like, if you just have that one little help, or scoot that little baby toe back, or whatever the case is, bro, it's kind of hard. Different. So, like you said too, Daryl, because it's kind of like with the argument of the USA, team or whatever, and people's like, "Oh my God, why they keep losing?" It's like, think about it, man. When you can name just anybody's list, you could probably see it could probably be a Giannis, it could probably be a Luka, it could probably be some people might have Jokic up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are international players. The game is growing. So it's not just in the United States no more, where the top 5 of United States players, you got those European players and 85 foreign players or whatever are in that argument now. So it's kind of hard to just say who's a definitive best player in the league. You just got to make sure, man, something bounces your way. That one little thing can help push you over that edge. Because, I mean, look at this playoff series. It was kind of evenly matched if you think about it. It's just, like I said, just that one injury here, like I said, a toenail there. It could have went somewhere else.
2 things to kind of add to that. Like, as far as with the talent pool internationally, we saw it when they put that Redeem team together, what we had to do to get back at the top of the game. Think about that roster that they put together for the Redeem team.
Nuts.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
We need everybody.
We needed everybody to get back to the top of the mountain because the rest of the world caught up.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you look at the talent pool from when Jordan dominated the 90s, you go into the 2000s, you got a lot of basketball players that were considered the best out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one that one-legged fadeaway couldn't stop it. He was the best player in the world a few times. And he didn't get the credit he deserved most of the time, but he was the best out there. You know, you can argue a few times KG was out there dominating the world. Shaq, you had Cole dominate.
Tim Duncan.
You know, Tim Duncan. You know, the talent pool started to shift. Yep. And then now we got this era here with these guys, and we gotta just think about it. In the next 3 to 5 years, these names are gonna change again. And it's gonna be even harder to be like, okay, who is at the top of the world right now? Because it's gonna be somebody that we're not talking about right now.
Yeah.
There's gonna be somebody we're not talking about right now. True. That's gonna come along, and then we're gonna be like, oh my God,
he the best player.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it happened, and that's the beauty of this basketball game that we all love, is that you never know exactly who is gonna come out where. So this argument is kind of hard.
Too, Daryl, that's if you think about it, this is what David Stern wanted.
Exactly.
He wanted it like this. You know what I mean? Where the talent is more spread out throughout the league and stuff like that. And now you got the smaller markets, you know, you got the Milwaukee's, you got the Toronto Raptors, you know, teams like that, and Cleveland, you know, teams like that, they're winning championships. So it's not just the same, because I remember somebody was saying this one day that you got like back in the 90s, it was like the same, well, of course, minus the Bulls, but like in the 80s, it was like the same like 5 teams that won or went to the finals.
It was always either the Celtics, the Lakers, the Sixers,
or Houston.
It was always those same teams, and then it was like, bro, it's getting boring. It's getting tired, and that's why Stern did what he did. That's why he was kind of like he was pushing the game the way he did. That's why they took that international route. That's why that's why it's so broad now, because those kids that would be up overseas watching tape games, 2 a.m. watching these tape games.
Yeah.
Those are these kids that are dominating in these leagues now. That's that kid that was playing professionally at 16 and came over and took over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, they changed the game. And so we have to understand that it's only going. And I know that I'm getting a little bit off topic, but the game of basketball is so broad now, and it is so cultivated in communities and with AAU and all this stuff. Like the talent, these kids are starting to train like adults as kids.
Yeah.
You know, so we're gonna see. It's gonna be an interesting couple of years coming forward. I feel like I'm kind of, to be honest, I'm excited, because I'm ready to see what's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, I'm same way. Y'all want to add anything else to that?
I mean, it's just, you know, I agree that it's probably time to put the top 5 talk to bed and just kind of, like you said, expand it. I think top 10 is more of a debatable thing, because like Will was naming out names, and if I'm being completely honest, like, if I'm being honest, like, if I gave a top 5, Luka's not in it, and that's not, it's not a dig. It's just, you know, that's just how deep the talent pool is. So, you know, it's I think it's just the way the media is set up now to just overreact to everything. And it's like, to your point earlier, you know, if you win, that means you're the best in the world. When it's like, like, for example, like, I hate to bring him up, but I'm doing it anyway. Chris Paul wins the championship. Are we saying is Devin Booker the best player? Are we saying is Chris Paul the best player? Like, is there someone on their roster that we say, hey, does that mean that this player is the best player in the league now? Like, I don't know. I don't know if we do that. I mean, certainly, I guess if they won, if Chris Paul won MVP of the finals, someone's gonna ask, is Chris Paul the best player in the league? But that should be automatic.
It's probably no.
That's true. The only time I've ever seen that, I'm sorry, Jay, I didn't mean to cut
you.
You
good.
But the only time I've ever seen that the narrative never changed on a championship team is when Detroit won their title. That's the only time I've never seen like a player on a specific team say,
14.
Yeah. When they won their title, nobody on their team was elevated to the best player in the world.
Because remember, they're the only team that we can think of in recent NBA history where they had no superstar. No superstar on their team at all, and they won a championship.
Right.
So they were like the outlier, you know what I mean? So it was nobody to say like, oh, this guy's the best player in the league because you didn't have anybody to say, on that team. Are you gonna say Tayshaun Prince? Like, no.
I'm going with Darko Milicic.
My favorite European player of all time. I got the
He's playing right now, but trust me, in a few years he about to take over.
Oh my
God. Hey. You're gonna draft him over Melo. I'm still mad about that.
hey, Detroit fans are mad about that. Exactly. Detroit mad about that too. They could have probably had a couple more rings, man. They got Melo.
Exactly.
But that's gonna probably end up doing it for us guys. Thank you for rocking with me. And thank you my panel for rocking with me too. For those who are watching, go ahead and comment down below. Who do you have? Who's your top 5? I know there's gonna probably be some different answers out there because we were just talking about it. It's just so many different players and it changes every year. Depending on, like I said, circumstance, it could be injury, it could be a guy, getting traded or whatever the case is, man. It could be different circumstances. So go ahead and comment down below where you guys have Giannis ranked, where you have KD ranked. Go ahead and let us know on that too. And go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel too, guys. We would much appreciate that. And if you want to, also scroll over on our page to the channel section and see the other 2 channels. Go ahead and follow those 2, the For Your Ambition, Rainbow Wardero. And you're also going to see the Glow Sun Geek channel with my cuz here. And with that being said, guys, I got my boy Jay. I'm looking for Will, my boy Daryl. And we out this piece.
Yes.